Now that you've traced out the circles for your polyhedra, you need to start thinking about how you want to add decoration to each face. So each circle would be considered a face on your three-dimensional polyhedra. Now, you can keep the face circular, knowing that when you fold it, it's considered a polyhedra. But if it stays as a circle, that kind of takes away from having the different sides. So keep that in mind as you're coming up with your design. You can fold those pieces in or trim them off after, or you can leave them as those circles. It all depends on what type of design you want to do. For your work, you're welcome to use any of the materials from your art bag. So you have a choice of markers, your watercolor pencils, oil pastels. You might have some collage paper left over that you're welcome to use. One thing that I want you to really keep in mind as you're working is the color wheel right here. So think about how your colors are going to work together. Are you going to do a combination of, monochromatic colors? Do you want to have opposites or complementary colors? Do you want to have maybe one color from this side of the color wheel and then a couple over on the opposite side? So really think about how those colors are going to work together on your overall color uh, combinations. And then also think about some of the techniques we learned. So we just learned about creating gradients with our colored pencils. We worked on creating patterns with our portrait. You just completed a cartooning lesson, so you're welcome to incorporate that into your work as well. Or you can do a combination of several different things. So what I'm going to start doing is coloring in my circles, thinking about how they're going to look when I glue them together and I can see all the faces on my three-dimensional polyhedra. So I want you to start doing the same and then try to work to, depending on how many you're creating, try to get most of these colored in by the end of the day today. One thing that I really enjoyed was blending the oil pastels to get new colors. So I'm going to work on creating a gradient using my warm colors. And then for some of my center areas, I'm going to use marker and use cool colors so that I have some contrast. So for each circle that has cool colors on it, I'm going to surround it with 3 circles that have warm colors on them. So I'm going to repeat my warm colors quite a few times. And then I wanted to create some bold patterns with my cool colors. And I did that part with markers so that I have a variety of different techniques shown, as well as showing the contrast of the oil pastel. So the piece I'm working on now, once I fold it, will have 3 sides. And then I'll use the oil pastel pieces at the top to go around the outside of this blue and green piece. And I'll do the same thing on my other cool color circles. And then I'm also going to create some warm color patterns using my markers, and I'll surround those with gradients that have cool colors on them. So that way I have a lot of different I have a lot of variety on my work, and I'm starting to think ahead about how I'm going to construct the polyhedra. Depending on how many circles you are planning to incorporate on your polyhedra, you may or may not get finished coloring things in today. That's all right. Tomorrow you will also have time to work on getting your circles colored in before you start your construction.